Hi there, my name is June and welcome to my 30-minute balance and flexibility session. This is a really feel-good session that begins with a dynamic flowing warm-up, utilizing all the muscles in your body, then moves to a sit to stand option. You can do everything in your seat if you choose to remain seated, and ends with a really feel-good dynamic flow and flexibility. You will need a squishy ball as well as some water to have handy. And if you're ready, I'm ready. I'm inviting you to join me to have a seat in your chair, and let's get started. So beginning a little bit more forward in your chair, let's think tall. And if you've been with me on your journey to better health and wellness, you know that I always like to emphasize the importance of maintaining tall posture, because that automatically turns on the core muscles of your body subconsciously without you even having to think about it. So if you can think of envisioning yourself being taller than you are and sitting upright, you'll automatically feel the muscles in your chest and your torso start to take hold. So we're going to begin easy head tilt, starting with your chin to your chest. Chin to your chest and lift up. Let's do that again. Chin to your chest. Now take your ear to your shoulder on your left side or right, doesn't matter. And then other side, same thing. Reach here. Now let's pick up our pace to your left and right again. So we're going to go left center and right center. Take a look to your left, then to your right. Back to chin towards your chest. Back to center. And release. Let's just roll the shoulders out. One more time. Then palms up and reach your arms forward and back with the palms facing the ceiling. Let's pick up the pace, reaching left and right. Nice. 4 more times. 1, still 1. And then 2. 2 more. Now move this into a cross-body reach. Just cross the arm. Thumb is up. Bring it back. We'll start slow. 1 more time slow. Reach across. Feel that body. Have to adapt. Your body needs to adjust itself to move in a different direction. A little faster now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe not moving the body. Maybe just keeping it just like this. Whatever works better. Go forward now. Reach and reach and reach. 1 more time to your right. Left side. Perfect. Nice job. Now lift both heels and lower the toes. 1 more. Lift the heels. Watch my change. Heels on of your hands on your chairs. Pump forward and back. As I lift my heels, I'm allowing my body to create a pumping action. You'll do the same. So you go forward. If you want to just keep it just here and just lifting your heels the same, that's your regression if you choose to. Remember, this workout is for you. Either way, you can go forward with a little pumping action for a little bit more intensity, or just keeping still. Now, tap your toe forward and tap it back and do the same thing on the other side. Toe. Now this time let's change it and let's take a heel. We're gonna go heel and toe, tap it to your right side, out, come back in. Now do it on your left. You tap forward, left foot, left side, back together. Pretty easy, right? Not too difficult. Now let's do it a little quicker now. Right side, you're gonna go tap side. Now your left side. 1 more time, right and left. Your right tap, side, back, center. Here we go, tap forward, side and center, and then back. Toe heel lifts again. Boom, yeah. 2 more. Now let's add a little heel lifts to end this warm up. Lift your heels. Remember that pumping action we did? Here we go. 2 more. Reach. Reach forward, keeping your chest lifted, heart towards the ceiling. 2 more. Nice. We'll stop and move on to our next section. Simple. Toe tap, right tap, then your left. Toe tap, right, and then left. Go a little faster. Tap, tap. Take your arms out in front and just flex and extend your wrists. Just giving the opportunity to work the arms. If this is too confusing, keep the feet still and just do this. If this works better for you. So we can do it together or we can do it without. Up to you. Great. Now right knee lifts up and lowers down. As that knee comes up, exhale, warming up your hips. And then one more time. Then the next time we come back to this right side, we're going to begin with a heel. Pause and hold. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Take your heel. Lift it up. Then lift your knee. Perfect. Tap the toe down and push the heel to the ground. Same thing on the other side. Lift your left heel. Knee lift up. Toe taps down. Try to keep your body very stable. A little quicker. Heel lift. Then your knee. Tap down. Push the heel to the ground. Lift the heel. Lift the knee. Tap the toe. Here we go. Lift your heel. Your knee. Your toe. Your heel. Your heel comes up. The knee comes up. Your toe goes one more time each time. Your heel. Your knee, your toe comes down. Your heel goes down. Your heel comes up. Your knee. Perfect. Now watch. Over. Tap together. Come back to center. And then pull together. You can join me on this side. Slowly sweep your left leg. Tap your right leg in. Bring your right leg back. Bring your left leg in. Same thing on the right. Here we go. Sweep right leg over. Tap your left leg in. Right leg back. Left leg comes together. We go to your left leg. Here we go. Sweep, sweep, and tap. Tap back to the center. Bring your left leg in. Let's do one more on each side. Sweep your right leg. Sweep it up. Tap your left leg in. Your left leg back to center. Your right leg comes back. Repeat it last time on your left side. Sweep left and tap it in. Bring your leg back and in, moving up the intensity a little bit. March in place, little march, right, left. You can pump your arms or you can keep your hands by your side, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Are you ready? V-step, take it out, 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 in, out, out, and in. Two more before you change. Tap your left leg so your left foot can begin. Yes, we have it. Nice. Two more. Tap, change, right leg. Change is coming up after we complete the next side. One more right. Get ready to tap your left leg. Here we go. Left leg goes out, out, and in. Two more. Last one here, feet come together. Now scoot your hips a little more forward towards the edge of the chair. This is our seated holds that are going to lead to your sit to stand, which is optional. You can perform your seat holds, come back and stay in your seat, and perform everything else in a seated position. So seat hold first. Heels of your hands on the side of your chair. Take a breath. And as you exhale, hinge forward, weights over your heels, maybe clasp your hands together, sit down a little bit, glance behind you, find your seat, and have a seat. Two more of these for a total of three. Ready? Hinge forward, push through, and hold. Look behind you, glance, and have a seat. We have one more. Ready? Hinge forward, into your, here goes the weights. Hold. Notice how your weight is way behind towards your heels. Come back now on this next one. You have an option to stand. Ready? Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, come forward, hold, stand up tall. Wow. And maybe lift one heel at a time. Those of you seated, just lift the heels alternately. Then we stop both heels and bring the feet together. Hands at your hips for a little bit more balance. Small step tap side to side. Shifting your weight from side to side. It's good to add those shifts to your body. Not only does it add intensity, but it adds a balance challenge for you. We'll do two more of these before we step wide. So if you're seated in your chair, you're going to take a wide stance, and I'm standing with a wide stance. Turn those toes out slightly, and then glance down as you bend to make sure the knees are going over your big toes, and come back up. Nice. We'll come back in, down and up, not too difficult. If you're standing, feel the inner thighs have to work. Now on your last 2 repetitions here, we're going to hold. If you're seated, you're going to hinge forward in your seat and lift your heel. If you're standing, you're upright. And then we come back and stand tall. You unhinge if you're in your seat. Bend your knee, lift your heel. You're hinging forward if you're in your seat with a nice tall torso. Come back in. Great. And 2 more wide squats, or plies we call in the ballet world, but we're not in the ballet world, we're in the fitness world right now, right? So carefully turn your toes back in. Walk your feet back together, and then have a seat in your chair. While you're in your chair, just wait here, roll the shoulders back, nice, and then lift one shoulder up and then the other. We're going to do a step tap with a windmill. So let's just do the step tap first from side to side. Great. And then add a windmill arm, which just means taking the arms forward like a windmill, side to side. Great. And again, we'll do about 3 more of these. This is 1, this is still 1. This adds a little bit of intensity, a little bit of flow. 1 more, nice. And then we come back to center, come to the very front part of your chair. We're going to take both legs, or let's take both legs, and reach out and slide them back in. Notice how I have to hinge my body a little bit back and forth to maintain my balance. And of course, make sure you use your hands holding onto that chair should you need to. If you're feeling confident and you want to take the hands away, feel free to do that. It is your choice. Whatever works. Perfect. Bring your feet together and grab your ball. With the feet about hip-width apart, start with the ball at your right side of your body. Then swing the ball up around towards your left shoulder, but keep looking at me. Good. While you're looking at me, sweep your arms to your right side. Then while you still continue to look at me, lower your arms to your left side. If we start to turn, we lose what we want to accomplish in this exercise. So try to always keep your body facing me. So come across to your right shoulder. Notice how that left arm comes around in front of my body. Now you're right, and come all the way down and do the same thing on the other side. Reach and across, and then come back down to your right side. Reach and across, and come down to your left side. Reach, across. We're going back to your right side. Reach and across, and come back down. And now let's go wide with your legs. Keeping a tall torso, the ball goes under the right leg and under the left leg. You'll notice that as you do this, your hip might elevate just a little bit, and that's okay. Back and forth. I love this one. This is really fun. And we get to use the whole body on this one. As you feel, just be careful that you're not dropping your head down. Keep your eyes forward, looking over your toes rather than down at your heels. If you keep that in mind, you'll keep a nice straight spine as you're doing this. We'll do 1 more and come back to the center. And then the ball comes in front, rises up to your forehead. Pull the ball down to approach your knee. This will get your core to work a little bit. Keep going, press and press and press. Perfect. We have 5 more. Here comes 1, still 1, and then 2, still 2, and then 3, and then 4, and we have 1 more. Here comes 5. Whew. That built up a little bit of energy, didn't it? That was really good. It increased your heart rate response a little bit of cardio, not that much, but a little bit of cardio to allow the blood to go through all of those muscles and warm you up really good. So we're going to take the ball and place it off to the side and grab a drink of water here. So take a sip. Take 1 more sip. Great. And We'll sit as tall as we can, and we're going to take that sweep step that we did before. So roll the shoulders back. Here you go. That sweep step, if you remember, was sweeping over, step, come back and together. Are you ready to do that again? Here we go, and then we'll do the other side. So let's start to your right side. Roll the shoulders back, take a deep breath in, and we take the sweep step all the way over. We come back together to the center and pause. Sweep step left, over, tap, tap back and come together. Take it over and tap, tap back and come together. Over and tap, tap back and come together. Then over and tap, back together. One more time. Over, tap, come back and together. Come forward on your seat. Remember how we did the V-step last time? Right into it. V-step, out, out, and in. And out, out, in, and out, out, and in. Get ready to tap with your left leg. Reach out and in. Now, if you'd like to add some arms, you can do this, or you can keep your hands at the side of your chair. Tap change on your next one. Right side, right, and back, and right. We're gonna go back into that standing section, but adding something a little different. Now left leg, here we go. Go out, out. So after we finish about 2 more of these, get ready to begin with your right leg. Right now, right leg. Then we'll go into our seat holds. 2 more. Come back to the center. Give me a mild march. Just march. Little march. Perfect. Another set of 4 and 3 and 2. Beautiful. Pause here. Heels of your hands come to your chair. Scoot a little bit more forward. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, hinge forward. Remember, push off to a seated hold. Hold. Great. Find your chair, look behind you, and have a seat. Relax for a second. Yes, here we go again. Hinge forward. Exhale, hold. Where's your weight? Should be on your heels, right? Look back, have a seat. We have 1 more. Are you ready before we stand up? Exhale, hinge forward. Remember, you can stay in your chair if you'd like to. Glance back, have a seat. Here we go. Last one here. Hinge forward. Stand tall. Woo! Nice job. Or remain in your chair. Either way is fine. We're going to begin with a march in place with our right leg. March. So it's right, left, right, right, left. You're marching in place, not going anywhere, but feeling the ground and the floor beneath you. Good. We're going to do what I call a mambo. And a mambo is nothing more than a march, but we take one leg forward of the other. Your right leg forward, your right leg back. Right leg forward, right leg back. Your right leg forward, your right leg back. Now pause and hold. Left foot goes forward and back. And forward. And forward. Nice. Right leg forward and back. You can do this in your chair, right? Same thing. Get ready to change your lead legs left. Forward. And forward. And forward. Nice. Wide out. Out, out. In. Right leg. Out, out. In. One more time. Right leg. Out, out. Now take it out, out, and stay there. Out, out. Turn the toes out. If you're in your chair, you're in a wide seated stance. If you're in your chair, your knees are bent. You're in your chair, you're hinging forward and coming back. For those of you standing, join me by bending your knees and straighten. Knees and straighten. Knees and straighten. Knees. Now, hold the straight legs. Sit tall if you're in your chair. Lift a heel, then lower it. Lift a heel, then lower it. As standing, notice I'm bending my knee to do that. Those of you in your chair, your knees are already bent, and all you're doing is lifting your heel. One more time. Take it here and back and here. One last set, left and right. Last one here. Perfect. If you're standing, toes forward. If you're seated, your feet come together as if you're standing. Glance behind you to make sure you're close to your chair. Have a seat in your chair, grab your chair, make sure you're always leading with your hips, right? Your gluteus maximus should be the first thing to land. So we're back in our chair. We're going to pick up the ball, going to pick up your ball. And I would like you to take your ball out in front, just like this. Your hands on either side of the ball. And your elbows are dropped. So don't avoid having your elbows up high. Drop. We're going to go to that in a moment. Let's start slow first as we twist to your right side and let your eyes follow you. Come back to the center and then let's go to your left side. Twist and back. Twist to your right side. Notice how I'm trying to avoid stopping between. Now let's add a little bit more shoulder work. We do that by lifting the elbows. If you get tired, just drop them, but drop your shoulders. So we want to avoid a shoulder shrug. We push down and we twist from side to side. Keeping your elbows up for one more repetition. Exhaling every time you twist from side to side. Dropping your elbows and going one more. That gives the shoulders a little bit of a rest. One more to your right side. And then one more to the left. Great job. Are you ready? We're going to take this ball and place it under your right knee, and we're going to hold it there. So I'm holding it. I'm not letting it go. What I'd like you to do is to extend the leg out. Your leg extends, then your leg bends. Nice. Out and in and out and in and out and in. One more, then return your foot down to the ground. Remove the ball, repeat on this side. Squeeze the ball a little bit, that'll work your hamstrings. So ready, lower the leg a teeny bit. You don't want it super high here. You ready? Here we go. Push out and in, out and in and out and in and out, and then lower. So this time, can you let go and bring the ball down? Great. Let's take this to the right side. Lift your leg, extend out one time. Squeeze your ball and hold and lower it down. Now lift, hold the ball and push. Think of pushing down. Try to remain as tall as possible. Try to avoid leaning back. 4. And then 3. And then 2. One more. Nice job. Perfect. Same thing on the other side. Ball goes under the knee. Sit tall. Flex your foot. Here we go. Lift up and down. Lift 4 times. 2. And then 3. One more. 4. Nice job. Here we go. Sitting tall, keeping a narrow stance. Figure 8. Slowly first. Nice. Figure 8 side to side. Notice how I'm pulling my elbow back, so that creates a rowing action with what I'm doing. And again, a little quicker. Let's go. Down and over. Now you can go slow. Whatever speed works best for you is fine. 4 more. Here's 1. Still 1. 2. And 3. Let's slow it down after our next one. To your right. Slow. And slow. And then slow. Last one. Perfect. Nice job. Now take it in one hand. Reach. Take a diagonal reach to one side. Look up to your hand and bring the ball to meet your right hand. Let go, reach. Nice diagonal stretch. Hands come together and we reach. Hands come together and we reach. Hands come together and we reach. Yes. Hands come together and we reach. Hands come together and we reach. One more time each way. Reach. And together. One more here. Reach. Now this time bring your feet together. Hold the ball right in front. Squeeze the ball, right? Hold. Release. Squeeze the ball. Squeeze. 2, 3, and release. Squeeze. 2, 3. 2 more. You should feel this in your chest, right? And your arms. 1 more. The same squeeze. Let's take it to your legs. So place the ball just above your knee joint. Make sure your heels are directly underneath your knees, or the back of your knees. Sit tall. Ready? Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, and release. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, and release. One more, and 1, 2. Grab your ball. Here we go. Squeeze here. Squeeze. 1, 2. Release. Now this time, twist as you squeeze. 2, 3. Release to your left. Squeeze. And one more each side. Squeeze. 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 Last one to your left. Squeeze. Back to center. To the knees. Squeeze. 3, 2, 1. And release. And again, squeeze. 1, 2, 3. A little faster. Squeeze. And squeeze. And squeeze. Lift your toes a little bit. Squeeze. When you lift your toes, notice how your legs move a little better than when the toes are on the floor. There's a little more friction from the carpet or your floor. One more before we finish this segment. Great job. Nice job. That was awesome. So take the ball, place it away, get a sip. We're going to start to cool it down a little bit. You've done a great job so far. This is a workout that is a little bit more difficult than it seems because we're working so many different ways and balancing the body and twisting and turning and standing and sitting. All right, we are ready to move on. So we're going to shift our bodies to the right side of your chair. Good, and from here, what we want to do here is sit as tall as you can and take the right leg back. Right leg is going to go back with the knee towards the ground. My attempt here is to stretch out your hip flexor. Hold on to your chair as you extend out the other leg in front as much as you can. Notice mine can't go completely straight or my leg comes off the chair. So I want to keep my heel on the ground. If you want to scoot a little bit more forward, you can do that. That is an option. But I want you to hold on to here. Now, hold on to the chair in front or to the side so you can extend the opposite arm. That opposite arm is going to allow you to create what we call opposite arm, opposite leg lift. We call it bird dog. But I'm going to take this a little bit further. Take your hand to your shoulder and then lift and lean back. As you lean back, we get a nice extra stretch right here in this leg. And release, hold, perfect. Are you ready? I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So we scoot back, take this leg back. Remember, if you scoot a little bit more forward, you might be able to straighten this leg out a little bit more. It doesn't have to be super straight. So whatever leg is back, the opposite arm comes forward. So we grab the chair here and reach the arm out. And you hold. So this gives us opposite arm, opposite leg lift, or bird dog, which is a wonderful exercise for your spinal column. Then if we take your hand to your shoulder, we start to lean back. Now we get that stretch in the hip flexor while the spinal column opens up. And when I say spinal column opens up, I meant the opposite. Your heart opens up and your spinal column is actually working and contracting in this state. So it's important to work your spine. We work all those other muscle groups. The spine is a group of muscles, right? So you want to make sure it's surrounded by a group of muscles. So you want to make sure that we do that as well. Come back to the center and let's take your right leg forward, your left leg in. This time we're hinging forward instead of back. Pull your toe back to get a little bit more calf stretch and reach the arm out towards the ankle while you're holding onto the chair on the opposite side. Great. And then we come back, roll the shoulders back. Whew. Same thing on the other side. Ready? Take it here. So remember, your right leg comes back, your left heel is on the ground, and your left toe pulls towards your shin. Your left hand reaches forward. Your heart is lifted to find that mild stretch in your hamstring. Hold. Nice. Now come back, slide back on your chair. Do some lateral stretching here. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Then take this right arm and bring it toward the outside of your left leg and take a twist and pull that left shoulder back. Coming back to the center, your left arm reaches down. Hold. Now that left arm comes across and reaches the outside of your right leg as you twist back. It's a nice, beautiful stretch, as well as rotation. Great. Now this time, forward, hands come together, take a twist to your left side, pulling your left shoulder back, and then your right side twist. Great. Now turn your palms to the ceiling and reach the arms forward. Great. Pull them back. 3 more. Reach forward. Nice. And again, 2 more of these. Reach. Now this time, palms face each other. Thumbs are up. Scooting a little bit more forward on your chair. Keep your knees about hip-width apart. Let both arms open at a diagonal to one another. Now feel those muscles that surround your shoulder blades and pull back and open. Nice open diagonal stretch. Come back together with both hands. Now we switch. Right arm goes up, open. Ah, that feels so good, doesn't it? And then come back. Nice release. From your upright position, maintain the upright torso from head to about mid-body. Curl your tailbone under and draw your belly inward towards your spine. Think belly button to spine. Then sit upright where your tailbone is pointing directly downward. As you go back and do that same thing again, breathe out, exhale. Nice. And inhale, it's called cat-cow, right? But we're trying not to let our body drop in the upper body, just the lower body. Want to keep this spinal column up top, very tall. One last time, round. Perfect. Now reach to the ceiling, gaze up, hold. Palm faces forward. Come back this way, just about done here. Oh my goodness, doesn't this feel good? Hands here, take a twist to your right. Take a twist to your left. Come back to center. Whew, take a deep breath in, sweep those arms up. Hands come together, they touch, and they open and release. Do that again, sweep the arms up, they touch. They come back down. You have 1 more. Sweep up and back and roll those shoulders back. Ah, doesn't that feel good? What a great workout you did today. Such a good workout. You worked every single part of your body in all 3 planes of motion. We did lateral stretching. We did twisting. We stood up. We sat down. We did body weight. We did a lot of things today that were encouraging your muscles to get stronger and more flexible and allow you to feel good for the rest of the day, and more importantly, to feel invigorated and allow those muscles to wake up and recognize that they need to work for you for everything that you have to do during your daily life of activity, whether it be just being at home or walking out or whatever it need be. This will help you. Thank you so very much for joining me. It's always a pleasure, and I look forward to moving again with you very soon. Have a great day.